There was one king who had 5 wives. If you have one wife, you have so many problems. If you have 5 wives, imagine. With 2 wives, Suniti and Suruchi, Dhruva had to go to the forest. With 3 wives, Kaushalya, Sumitra and Kaikai, Rama had to go to the forest. So this king had 5 wives, and you can imagine the kind of complications in his household. So he thought, let me have a competition in my kingdom. And he said that I want to call all people of my kingdom 2 kinds of people. One who control their wives. And the second category, those who are controlled by their wives. I will have all the people who control their wives in one tent, and from them I will learn how to lead a happy life, because they have been able to do what I have not been able to do. So he did that. And he was watching from his palace balcony. And the tent where people are controlled by their wives was overflowing. And all day through, he did not find a single person in the other tent where people control their wives. Towards the end of the day, there was one person who came there. So there was a light in the king's eyes. He said, oh, this is the man in my kingdom who has all the capacity. So now I will go and tell him, please tell me your secret. So he went to the king, to this person, and said, oh, great one, please tell me the secret of your happy family life, because I have this problem with 5 wives. So please tell me with one, how do you manage her, so that I can go ahead and do the needful. So he said, who told that I manage my wife? She manages me. So then the king said, then why are you sitting in this tent, which is for those who control their wives? So he said, oh, that is because my wife told me that you go to the tent which says that you control your wife. So the king got very upset. You have not listened to my command. Now I will behead you. Before I behead you, I give you one last chance. Go back to that tent. So this man said, oh king, please behead me. I am willing to get beheaded, but I will not disobey my wife. Please instantly behead me. Who are these wives and who is this person? So this king is actually each one of you. And these 5 wives are the 5 senses. And these senses are all the time controlling you in all directions, because each one of them wants that you do what that sense wants you to do. And so you are all the time pulled on all 5 sides. The most important sense of all of this is the tongue. Because while all other senses perform one task, the tongue performs 2. One is speaking, the other is tasting. So both these aspects, a single organ, so very, very important, and that's why the role of the tongue is that much more. If you can control your tongue, you have controlled yourself. And what is the connection of the tongue? The tongue is the one which can take us to heaven or hell, because the tongue is the one capable of speaking the truth or not. How should we speak the truth? Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam preeti hitam chayat. They should not arouse anybody of anger or negative elements. They should be truthful. They should be beneficial for the ones who are listening. They should be pleasing, sweet in the way you talk. And then Swami has given this other comparison of Satyam Bruyat, Priyam Bruyat, Ma Bruyat, Satyam Apriyam. These are 3 aspects to it. Satyam Bruyat is the legal aspect. If you don't speak the truth, you are going to be in trouble at every level. And then you have Priyam Bruyat, that you should speak sweetly, is ethical, it's moral, right? This is your duty. And then Na Bruyat Satyam Apriyam. You should not speak truth which is harmful, which is hurting. That is the spiritual value. We always want to speak. I went and told him the truth, that he's a stupid man, he's a fool. This is not truth. This is harming the other person's sentiments. So these are the 3 things. And then asatyam cha nanrutam bruyat esha dharma sanatana. The highest is you should not speak the untruth which is pleasing by flattering, by telling all kinds of things which are not true. That is equally important. So the importance of truth is very, very critical in spirituality. That you have to have a conversation with your tongue. You have to extol the tongue. for its perseverance, because it is staying in the middle of 32 teeth. And it's still doing its job. There is so much of message that we can get from our human form. The tongue stays in the middle of 32 teeth. We are talking about managing our bosses. The tongue is managing 32 bosses every single time and ensures that it doesn't get bit, though it is in the middle of those 32 teeth. The tongue is so sacrificing. It sends in food only which it considers as good. That which is bitter, it spits it out. Only that which is sweet, it passes on to that body. It doesn't say, oh, this food is very sweet, let me keep it in the mouth. Tongue is always very, very respectful. Any other organ of the body is seen to the whole world, but the tongue will never come out. In fact, to remove the tongue and show it to somebody is disrespectful. So you have to tell the tongue that when you do these three important tasks of being respectful, of being sacrificing, and of being so perseverant, why do you demean yourself by throwing out words which are dishonest, which are untruthful, and which are hurting? This is the conversation we need to have with ourselves.